Hello and welcome everybody to the Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series live here tonight for race number 4 from the Daytona International Speedway. As qualifying not even quite halfway through here. Remember, in this series, heats will determine who makes the finale feature event, which would be 45 laps here tonight at Daytona. It was 35 laps last week at Talladega. And actually, I believe a full field for tonight's race. So definitely looking forward to see how that works out. Last week, we ran 3 heats, or I believe actually maybe 4 heats. But fifth heat was skipped. This week it's definitely not going to be skipped. It's definitely going to be full use for all the heats for sure. As we have a lot of drivers out on track for this race. Remember, the top 4 from qualifying go on to the feature. They don't have to race in the heats. As you see Nick Solomon, as you look at him right now, he just put that number 10 Valvoline Chevrolet on top of the board. So to pull up the top 5 on the leaderboard there, you got McAuliffe right there. That is the 3 machine. Looks like he's gotten out on top of the board. David McAuliffe has put... That's the wrong thing. Put that number 3 top of the leaderboard, but now the 99 of Kelly Dahl has put his entry right there. That number 99 Chevy Silverado on top of the boards. Currently, the top 4 who are currently locked into the feature event for now, and so everybody turns the last few qualifying laps here. It looks like these guys actually have 3 laps to qualify, so definitely pretty interesting for that. And I guess I thought they have qualify, maybe not. As you see, there's Will Klein, Tyler Baker, and a huge different shakeup of the order currently, as everybody's kind of falling into different places. Looks like Nathan Lewis now, has put that number 27 on top of the charts. Kelly Dahl now up to 2nd, Will Klein 3rd. David McAuliffe then knocked back to 4th. So, interesting to see here's the 13 entry there out on the racetrack, that being the 13 of Zachary DeMarche. So he's actually going to jump all the way up to 8th place. Josh Robin now has put that number 8 on top of the leaderboard. Ryan 2nd. Nathan Lewis currently 3rd. Kelly Dahl currently 4th. 3 minutes remain now in qualifying. So we're going to try to see able to get on top of the charts. Still some guys out on the racetrack there. Ryan Kuhn just completed his lap. Josh Robin just completed his lap. Garrett Pick trying to go through the grass. And it's going to try to send it off in a turn number 3. He's going to drift out on the grass. There's a little bit of rally jumping going right there. He's going to spin out of the racetrack and does not have the outside wall. So, nice save, even though I don't think he was trying to. Looks like some guys have completed their laps. So, currently it's Josh Robin, Ryan Kuhn, Nathan Lewis. Currently completed other laps. So, there's a 24 machine out on the track. And that being the 24 of Todd Pinto. And that number 24, Exalta Chevrolet Silverado, turning his qualifying laps. Looks like he has already turned 1. Looks like he's going to go from 34th all the way up to 12th. That's where he's going to most likely end up for qualifying here, as it looks like almost everybody's done. We do have another machine out on the track, however, that being the 49 of Michael DeSagle. However, he's not going to have enough time to even complete a single lap here. He might be able to complete a lap, but he definitely won't be able to complete more than just one. So, interested to see how that works. Is looks like we have 46, 47, 48, 49 trucks registered for this race. So It's actually more than a full field, so we're definitely have some guys that knocked out. Remember, 5-lap heats once again. 5 heats, so 5-lap heats. Top 6 from each heat go on to the feature, and then it comes down to actually there's no LCQ, so just the 5 heats. Then they go on to the feature event, and everybody else pretty much goes home. So currently, Josh Robin has the pole by 5,000ths of a second. Looks like he's probably going to keep that because no one else is going to be able to get it. So Josh Robin, Ryan Kuhn, Nathan Lewis, and Logan Simmons, those 4 guys will go on to the feature event after this qualifying run. Kelly Dahl misses it by just 1/100th. Will Klein, their pole sitter from last week at Talladega, he misses it by just 1.100ths. David McAuliffe, Jesse Baker, excuse me, both at 0.013 seconds. So a lot of very close times right there, to say the least. But that is it for qualifying. You see the session jump a different time. Pretty fast there for sure. As they're going to line up now on pit road. Unfortunately, we can't do the Sports Schemes starting lineup, as that's going to be a little bit broken because of the fact that it's a heat. We can, however, first up, pull the Unreal eSports logo up there for you. And early eSports SuperTruck Cup Series Heat 1 from race number 4 here tonight at Daytona is going to get underway. And it looks like everybody's going to get up here. Zach Lindgren is going to start in first. On the outside, Terrell Baker and the 25 machine race winner from last week at Talladega. We're going to try to go back-to-back here tonight. But first, he's got to get through this heat. You got Cody Gray right there behind in that 73 entry with Kelly Dahl on his outside. Actually, this is for third on back, it looks like. Zach Johnson right there in 7th. Nathan Stewart in 9th. Gage Roberts in 10th, excuse me. Adrina Padira in 11th. Look at that, rounds out your field of starters for heat race number 1. And so there's somebody else loading in. Andrew Cardinale the 4th, starting from 8th place, it looks like. As the front row still is yet to show up, I do believe. So it looks like, there we go, look at. Looks like that is the 37 of Vic Bloom. We're still waiting on whoever the pole sitter is for this heat to show up here. Looks like that is the 45 of Ray Zerkut. There he is, there in the gird up. And that means we should start rolling here, so I believe everybody is girded up. James Miller looks like he was going to start in 12th, but he is not shut up to the grid, and he's going to miss the start of the heat. Heat pretty much knocks him out of a chance, unfortunately, at this one. But leaves 11 trucks left to battle for just 6 spots, as is the top 6, of course, from the heat going on to the main event. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all works out. Top 5, again, top 6, excuse me, go on to the feature event from this heat, which means that means 5 trucks out of this heat will go home. And then it's only 5 laps. No cautions, of course, because it's a heat race. So if you're correct, so you're pretty much said and done unless there's multiple trucks involved. But the space two turns number 3 and 4. 45 entry there. Ray Zerkut going to lead the field to the green flag for heat race number 1 in the first part of the racing action here from Daytona from Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. Space coming his way down onto the safety of pit lane. This guy's get loose for heat number 1. Green flag gonna wave. We're away here from Daytona for heat number 1. And it's already just 5 laps to go. As you see, the aggression gonna come out of these drivers a lot. As not a lot of time to make a move towards the back of this pack. You need to get to the front, but at the same time, obviously you don't want to wreck or at least cause a wreck. You're going to be taken out of the opportunity to get into the feature event. So already single file now for the first 3 trucks. Now 4 trucks on the inside with Tyler Baker looking to try to make a run on the outside. Does not have the help to do so, however. 73 looks tricky. Wants to carry road and Cody Gray right there. As a 3 wide behind, gets 22 going through the middle right there on the 37. Immediately from second place starting spot all the way back to looks like 10th place. So a huge setback there, unfortunately, for the 37. Vic Bloom. But currently at the front, pretty much single file, a little bit tame for now, with just 4 laps to go. But I guarantee you will not stay like that for long. So Baker sitting right there in 3rd place. Won last week at Talladega. Looking to try to go back-to-back. But first, like I mentioned earlier, he's got to make it to this feature event. As there's first single file at the front of the pack. Nobody really stepping on the line. As if you happen, there's a crash behind. That's the 77 getting hooked. That's going to take out pretty much the back half of the field. It looks like there is the 77 of Andrea Pierda getting involved in the 29 gauge Roberts. He's taken out. Looks like Agent Carter now just made it through that, but unfortunately for him, looks like he's lost the draft. Zach Johnson, he's tore up. And Kelly Dahl also tore up. So it looks like we have only 6 trucks left at the front of the pack, which pretty much guarantees who's going to pretty much make it out of this heat into the feature event, as long as these guys also don't wreck. There's 3 laps to go. That probably won't happen, as they're also single file, and 22's lost the draft, 14 and currently losing the draft. Brady wants to get a good starting spot for that feature event. You all want to, go out here and race for it, obviously, just from a competitive standpoint. This changed at the front of the pack there for the last couple of laps. As these 4 trucks still single file. And together you see Nathan Stewart now. He has officially lost the draft from behind Andrew Carter now. Obviously way behind Gage Roberts on pit road. We also on pit roads. And pretty much guarantees these 6 trucks go on. Even if they do wreck, that's when their engines get blown. So 2 laps to go now in heat race number 1. I'll probably wait to see the 25. I believe the 25 and the 73 are going to probably work together here on the white flag. But now 85, Zach Linder makes the move to the outside, and it looks like Tyler Baker went to go with him. The 73 didn't follow, and the 25 decided to ditch that and go down to the bottom of the track. As you see, Gage Roberts back out on the racetrack. Somebody blowing up, and that is Zach Johnson trying to pace around the track and complete some laps. As you see, Kelly Dahl right there as well. He didn't go a lap down now. The battle is for this heat win. As they come off center for the 45, as Ray Zerka gets hooked into the inside wall. He's going to spin around. Coming to the white flag out of the race. He's led every lap so far in this heat, but he's going to get bumper hooked. And that's going to pretty much take him out of winning their heat, of course. You can still get to the feature event, but now it's 3 trucks left to battle it out. As they're all towards the top, the side of the racetrack. The 85 of Zach Lynn trying to block the 25 of Tyler Baker, and the 73 right there of Cody Gray. Coming to the extra way here for the final time in this heat. 73 on the rear bumper with 85 to 25. Knows he has to try to pinch these guys towards the wall and try and get that side draft if he wants to have any chance at it. Not having a draft partner to work with. It's a pretty good run right here through turn number 3, but is it a little bit too early to get that run? Is there to get the run on the high side out of the corner? He might just have to pinch somebody. The 73 looks low to try to get 3 wide. 25 goes down the 8 line to block. They're 3x3 coming across the start-finish line. Contact to 3 wide. 73 gets it across the line. And I'm not sure if that was legal or not, though. We did kind of go below the WO line. We'll have to take a look at it back. But that means the 73, Cody Gray gets the heat win. Zach Linder in 2nd. Tyler Baker 3rd. 4th place is going to be Nathan Stewart. 5th place, Andrew Cardinale. 6th place is going to go to Vic Bloom as he gets in the final transfer spot. So it looks like actually that 42, Ray Zerka, decided he just was going to park it, and that actually cost him the heat. Move on to the feature event. For sure, honestly, why he really did that. He was 9th place. He could have made it down to the heat, but that puts Vic Bloom now in. Vic Bloom, not Zach. Apologies for that. But anyway, let's look now back at all that chaos that pretty much took place there in that last heat. You saw that pretty much big one. So you see right here, is it's not going to let us really want to do that. Oh boy. Kind of like look at this replay, but it's not going to cooperate. There we go. Let's take a look what exactly happened to the 77 here. I'm going to turn into turn number 3, if I can speak, because behind the 14th, the Stewart has to check out the 33, 37. Gets to the back of the 37, actually manages to save it, but he tries to get back up on the racetrack, and unfortunately for him, the 3 wide gets the 37, and the 99 involved. And then the 29 just barely gets tagged into the 527, who also got bumper tagged in that one. And then, of course, I saw the action there coming across that finish line. I'm curious to see again if the 73 went below the yellow line or not. That position away. You can see here from the chopper camera. Take a good look at it. He goes down, and you see the 25 tries to block him, and he did successfully block him. But then he tries to go even lower than 25, Tyler Baker, and I do not believe that is legal, so I'm curious to see what race officials do about that. But then that ends up actually giving him the race win, as he comes up and pretty much body slams the 25 coming across the line. So 25 did a little bit of revenge right there after the fact, and hit him back. Well, heat number 2, the field is all set up for that. It looks like we have the drivers of Donald Stewart, Nick Solomon, Teddy Reed, Todd Pinto, Chris Schooler, Will Klein, Robbie Buckner, Justin Bullock, Brandon Thomas, and Jason Nasworth as the field for heat race number 2. Is the green flag's already going to wave here. Away here for the final lap shootout of heat race number 2, the 32. Donald Stewart lead the field to the green flag, with that 31 of Teddy Reed right there behind him. So again, the top 6 trucks move on to the feature event. Who will they be? That is the question. So far, it's double file in this pack. Nobody getting too aggressive as of right now. It's still early on in this heat, even though this is a 5-lap shootout. Get the 10 machine up there. Nick Solomon trying to go on the outside and get a good shot at the race lead. Getting pushed by the 24 there of Todd Pinto and the 48 of Will Klein. Should come off the turn number 4 down through the short chute across the start-finish line. The first lap led. It'll go to the 10. 4 laps to go now in this heat. Running board with Todd Pinto. Or no, I'm going to run on board with Toyota driver, because it's the one I had the camera set for, apparently. Robbie Buckner. Right here, the 94 Maxwell House Toyota Tundra. Of course, back of the pack. That's what the right now did. Turn number 3, got something down the apron. He's sideways. Does he save it? Yes, he does. That was, it looked like the 31 right there, that being Teddy Reed with a great save there. The guy kind of pushed down the apron, but he's going to hang on to it. As we now just have 3 laps to go in this heat. They're calling the outside wall. That looks like that is the 48 Will Klein. But he's going to hang on to it, tries to block a couple guys out in that spot. We're very happy as he manages to do it, though. Blocks the 94 and the 31, caused a huge checkup. It damaged their trucks as well, but he's just trying to get in the draft and not lose the lead pack, as he's going to fall in line now in front of the 31. The 31 is going to bumper hook him, though, and that's going to wreck them all in the back. That was the 48 getting a bumper hook by the 31 and others, and that Force Bill Klein looks like he's not going to make it to the next round, the feature event after finishing second last week. But 2 laps to go now from Daytona. 10 of Nick Solomon. Oh, got Carnage behind him, going spin down through the grass, and will he hang on? No, they won't. The 24 caught Pinto, and the 15 as well of Brandon Thomas going around on the front straightaway as we take a couple more guys out of this one. It's now just Nick Solomon, Donald Stewart in the front here. On the 33 of Justin Bullock currently in third. Then you have battle for fourth between the 21 of Jason Nasworth and the 94 machine right there, Robbie Buckner. So then the guy in sixth place is Chris Schooler, currently at 35. So as he hangs on that spot, he's going to make it to the feature event. But white flag on a wave here from Daytona for heat race number 2. Nick Solomon holds on to that spot for now, getting pushed by Donald Stewart and Justin Bullock. We're going to see if anybody tries to make a run here on a light flag. They're just kind of playing nice and easy, knowing that they're going to make it to the feature event. 32 going to try to make a run out to the outside, but he's not going to get the push by the 33. So now the 33 going to try to make it 3 wide, or at least, I guess, just push the 10 Nick Solomon and try to push him out ahead and maybe have a shot off turn number 4 instead of for a pass right there. We're going to have to see here as they come through turns number 3 and 4 for the final time in heat race number 2. Well, the 33 trying to make a run on this 10 for the race leads in a second behind him. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. So Nick Solomon going to win a heat race number 2. Donald Stewart going to finish second. Then third place, it's going to be the 32 of Donald Stewart. He's going to finish third, just Bullock second. Then fourth place goes to Jason Nasworth. Fifth place, Robbie Buckner. And sixth place, Chris Schooler. Let's take a look now back at the crashes that happened there in that race. As definitely got pretty interesting. I believe we only had that one crash, actually. Or I guess, no, we had those 2 crashes. But first and foremost, take a look here at what happened with the 48 as he got put in the wall. And actually now has put it behind the wall and has decided to retire from tonight's race, unfortunately. So such a great run last week. Not a great way to back it up here tonight. But you see, rewind it just a little bit here. You got 3 wide. It looks like somebody got, oh wow, that was 21 machine right there. Just body slammed into the outside wall. He's able to hang on to it. And then he's trying to hold these guys back so he can try to hold position and also try to get the draft. He blocks the 31, blocks the 94, some really aggressive blocks, and I'm sure obviously they didn't really appreciate that much as they got some damage out of it and definitely hurt their chances of trying to move on to the next, trying to move on to the feature event. When the 48 Will Klein got down in front of the 31, the 31 was going to have any of it, just turned him around, and obviously it looked pretty intentional in my opinion, and just right hooked him up the track. The 35 got turned sideways, but he was able to hang on to it, and was able to get him to the feature event. But then the 15 made some contact there with the 24. I'm going to try to look and see what happened right there. Looks like they just kind of doored each other. The 15 came up the track into the 24 machine. They spun down the racetrack, and they almost hung on to it with the 15. Then, actually, he did save it, but the 24 was spinning across his nose, and he T-boned him and spun around to the outside wall. And that crashed both of them and took them both out of the feature event. But now, we go look at heat race number 3, as that is now underway. And we'll take a look at the drivers in this one. So Mike Snell leads the field to the green flag in heat race number 3 in that 42 Liberty Tax Toyota Tundra. They got Everett Lane in the 36. Got Bradley Wilson in the 51. RJ I was told how to pronounce this right before the start of the race, and I unfortunately forgot. So my apologies to RJ there. RJ Buchanan. I think that's the correct saying. RJ Buchanan. So I'm sorry about that one. I forgot it already. It's been a long night. Zachary DeMarsh right there in that 13. He's going to start off in 5th. David McAuliffe in that number 3. Mountain Dew Chevrolet is going to start off in 6th place. Clayton Kurtz in 7th. William Kruska in the 12. He's going to start off in 8th. Neil Kyer in the 64. He's going to start off 9th. Britannius Crawford does not make the start of this. Does not be great for this heat. Michael Siegley is going to run out your field of drivers here tonight for heat race number 3. So same rules once again, 5 laps, no cautions. Top 6 make it on to the feature event. So same old there. Gonna be interesting to see who this top 6 will be, and if anybody gets crashed out like we've seen the last 2 heats so far, we'll say clean green to the end. The green flag is gonna wave, and we're now underway for heat race number 3 for the eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. And already the 78 not going on the start. Right there on the outside lane, it's going to pretty much bog up the entire outside lane, including the 36, who now has no draft. As you see, guys now already working way down to the bottom of the racetrack. So there's the 51 of Bradley Wilson pushing the 42 from right center to the race leading, just trying to get him out in front. And we might just see him some moves here, though, out of the 51, as it looks like he's getting a little bit anxious right there and wants to get around the 42 already. But it looks like he's going to fall back in line behind him for now as the 13 pulls up on his rear bumper right there, Zachary DeMarche. Again, through turns number 3 and 4 for the first time up to speed, and off turn number 4 and down the front straight over. We get just 4 laps to go from Daytona. He's definitely don't last very long. So now we get 4 laps to go from Daytona in heat race number 3. Just look back at this pack. Still just 2 wide. We're not seeing 3 wide in this heat yet. Look, we had the last couple of heats. 36 right there, getting pushed by the 78 of RJ Buchanan. There's the 13. Looking, he's trying to make a run to the outside, but then the 36 got to his outside and was able to quite make that move. Turns number 3 and 4 once again. Remember, it's going to be 3 laps to go. Just 3 laps to go from Daytona heat race number 3. With the 42 currently in the race lead. Across the stripe, 3 laps to go. Matt Senator still holds on to the race lead, getting pushed out by the 51 of Bradley Wilson, excuse me. The 36 now, he's trying to make a run to the outside. He's trying to get up there and do something with these guys and make it back up after that poor restart by the guys behind that kind of hurt him. And down 3, having some connection issues at the tail end of this lead pack. He's going to get bumper hook, though. The 36 gets turned down into my Slander's going to take out pretty much the entire pack. Question is, who makes it through? The 49 was all the way back last. Michael Sally makes it through along with Clayton Kurtz. They both get a lot of damage, but they're both going to continue rolling here, and that took out the whole field. RJ Buchanan currently in 3rd. But his truck looks like he's really down in power. Just 2 laps to go. Looks like Zachary DeMarche in 4th. Probably Pete Wilson not going to make it continue rolling here, so he's going to have to pit along with, looks like Everett Lane. His engine is blown after that. He's pretty much done and out. So the question is, who is left? Looks like my center, his truck has tore up. The 3 of David McAuliffe, he's coming down pit road. So who will be the 6 drivers? As you see now, the 88 on the race lead is the 42. The 49 actually, he blew his motor up. So now Michael Siegley, excuse me, not sort of I don't know quite pronounce that. So now the 88 just needs to save this engine for 1 more lap for heat race number 3 to win the heat to go on to the feature. Comes to the travel, it's a white flag. Now let's put RJ Buchanan up to 2nd, Zachary DeMarche in 3rd. It's pretty much a slow race at this point. 36 Everett Lane trying to make it with a smoking engine. Mike Slater currently also trying to do the same, as he's currently in 6th place, but will pass the 49. He's going to get up to 5th, so he's going to make it on to the feature event as long as he finishes where he is right now. Well, pretty much everybody tore up here. A couple guys doesn't take a fast repair, but they're not going to make it back up in time. Not for sure if the final time for Clayton Kurtz is he's going to pick up the heat victory here as long as he makes it just half of a lap here. And I cannot believe we just witnessed that. The entire field just got junked in turn 3 in heat race number 3. And it was off of the nose of the 78 of RJ Buchanan. Overhooking the 36 by accident. That's what caused the whole thing. As now you're going to see I'm not quite sure Looks like RJ Buchanan is going to win heat race number 3 here. Clayton Kearse, excuse me. RJ Buchanan going to finish second. As he makes it all the way around here. Zachary DeMarche going to finish third. Everett Lane in fourth. The Lions can hold on to that engine along with Mike Slater in fifth. And then Neil Kyer right there in sixth. Ryan Kruska has finished a lap down, which means these guys are all locked in even if they don't make it all the way around. So, pretty much going to secure all those positions as of right now. As you see the 13. Oh, I think his engine just blew up. He's going to coast across the line in third place. Everett Lang going to finish not that far behind him in fourth. 13 crosses the finish line. There's 36. He's going to finish it off in fourth. Mike Slater is going to come through the trial. Well, he's going to finish it in fifth. Then Neil Kyer in the 64 truck, also the blown edge. He's going to finish it off in sixth. So, crazy way to finish off heat race number 3. But now we're going to take a look back at that crash, so we absolutely have to. No question about it. As it was going so well for so long, and then all of a sudden, it kind of just all fell apart in that one simple corner. So now we'll take a look from the 78 of RJ Buchanan. That's pretty much where it all started here. Is he just actually bumper hooks the actually bumper hooks the 36 machine. That's what starts all of that. It's apologies for that. Look back at this now. You can see right here, he's behind the 36 and actually gets left for a corner panel. That's all it takes. Gets hooked down the racetrack. Get a mine. Snyder the 51 right there behind. Looks like he almost has it clear, but then he actually gets in the right corner for the 36, trying to avoid the 78. Then they come back at the racetrack at the 3 and the 13 involved. This 88 kind of got a piece right there. Turning Mike Slater got hit by the 78. The 64 got a huge piece right there. The 49. The 12 got wrecked. It just literally the entire field of the guys in this heat got taken out right there, and it's pretty much just who could survive to the finish and try to hold on to their motor. I believe actually is that the 13? Yeah, the 13 flipped over, and he actually was able to finish it off in, I believe, third place. So crazy heat there to say the least. But now we're up for heat race number 4, and it looks like that'll actually be the final heat race. I guess there's not 5 heats; it's only 4 heats. So this will be the final heat. As the top 7, actually, excuse me, the top 7, not top 6, the top 7 move on. So my apologies for getting that confused. It's the invert top 6, which is why it's kind of confusing me. So my apologies for that. I got that all messed up. But now, anyway, the 28, Alexander Henry's going to lead the field to the green flag. Then you have Dustin Swingle in the number 7. He's going to start in second. Garrett Pick third. Freeman Kelly in fourth. Ty Dahlman in fifth. Jesse Baker sixth. Davey Lamont, I don't know why I keep saying that. And the 7th position, I'm trying to make sure I got it correct, but it looks correct. Ryan Outlaw in 8th. Then you have Brendan Elshoff in the 61 in 9th. And then Chris Knies rounds out your top 10 for starters in the field, actually, for heat race number 4. So the 5-lap heat. I'm going to see if we have any more carnage in this one like we had the last 4. And if it is as bad as the one we just had in heat race number 3. As they come off of turn number 4 for the final time for taking the green flag. As Peterson makes his way down onto the safety F pit lane. Now Alexander Hendry going to lead the field to the green flag. As there it is out and waving. Run away here from Daytona. Heat race number 4. They are getting up now through the gears at the 3rd gear right about now. And for it's a drag race, the 7 got a great jump on the outside as well, and pretty much just taking with them as they're now up to 4th gear and going off of turn number 2. It's getting a little bit dicey already in this pack. See behind, not quite yet 3 wide, but they're looking at it and kind of hitting each other and pushing each other pretty aggressively. But again, the only 5-lap heats, no cautions. You have to go to the front. Top 7 make it into the feature. So what you pretty much have to do is go off turn number 4. And you're going to see 4 laps to go. This time by the 44, glued to the rear bumper of the 28. But got to be careful on that bumper hook like we've already seen a couple of times tonight. So 4 laps to go now from heat race number 4. So double file at the front, and actually this entire pack. And 28 now gets clear the outside lane of the 7. Does he jump up there? Does he stick to this inside with the 44 Cessna Chevrolet Silverado? Looks like he's going to continue to stay on the inside around the WO line. The 34 guy gets pushed down the racetrack with the 19. He's going to have to fall to the back here and avoid causing a crash. We saw earlier the 77 heat race number 1 or 2, I believe it was. I believe actually it was 1. He's come off turn number 4 here once again. 3 laps to go now in heat race number 4, and 44 looks like he's trying to make it 4 wide, but 3 wide, excuse me, we can't quite do it. So 7 actually lead the lap. So Dustin Schwingle going to get a lap lead as well here in the duel. So second run to turn number 1. Off turn number 2, the 44. Gotta be careful of that bumper hook. He's getting pretty close to doing it. I'm a little bit worried just watching it. As everybody's bumper to bumper on the inside lane, that could cause some carnage here as we go into turn number 3. And 7 having some connection issues. Not exactly the greatest combination in the world, to say the least, but so far so good. The 44 gets a run to the outside, going to make it 3 wide. It's the 7 machine, though, as he got a huge run in the middle. He's got some more connection issues. The 44 went to the outside. Looks like it was a pretty good move. The 7 machine decided to dump him, and now he makes the great move to take over the race lead for now. As the 44 falls the line now behind the 26 of Freeman Kelly. So this inside fighting back to 28. Your pole sitter Alexander Hendry in this heat. And he pushed for the 19 at Davey Lamont. They're going to continue to fight. As this time by, we're going to see the white flag. So far, no crashes, but we'll see it right here or on the right flag. Going to get pretty interesting to see who can get a run as well. From behind, looks like Ty Dolman, because of that contact, getting pushed on the line. He's now 7-8 seconds back and out of this one. Everybody else still in contention. We get the white flag for heat race number 4 as a drag race across the finish at 28. Leads them to the white flag, but will lead them to the checkered one as well. That's definitely going to be pretty close to determine this one. As we go through turns number 1 and 2 with the final time. Still so far 5 trucks out in this lead pack, but so far no crashes. Top 7 member make it into the feature event. So the second back's will be probably the most interesting part of this, with all those 4 guys single file. Everybody's getting really racy at the front, though. You know, it's just the heat. They all know they're making the feature right now. They still want to win this heat just for the fun of it. Just to brag about it, and of course to have a good starting position for the feature event. As it looks like everybody's pretty much tamed out for the most part. The 18 might jump to the outside in front of the 7, trying to take away the win. It looks like he's going to try and do just that. There's some blocking going on. He's going to fall right in line behind the 28, and it's 3 wide, 4 wide. They're reckoning to come across the line. The 19 flips and it goes on top of the wall to finish it off in second. And he lands it back down on all 4s and spins into the inside wall. There's more crashing after the checkered flag. We're definitely going to take a look back at that. But meanwhile, Alexander Hendry, David Lamont, Freeman Kelly, Garrett Pick, Dustin Swingle, Chris Neese, and Brendan Elshoff are your 7 drivers making it on to the feature event. Now let's take a look back here at that finish, because that was absolutely amazing. David Lamont getting turned. Let's take a look now from the eye in the sky, the chopper camera. You see there, he was trying to make a run in the race leader, couldn't quite do it. The 44 comes with 3 wide to the middle of the 99. Just was not quite clear, and I'm quite sure what exactly he did there. I think I actually went a little bit too far back. I'm going to take a look now. The 19 thought about trying to make a 3 wide to the middle. It's going to be 4 wide to the middle, but it wasn't quite clear. And probably just wasn't paying attention to the guys behind him on his outside. Gets up the racetrack into the 44 and a 7. They both hit the outside wall. He actually gets flipped over onto his roof. There's a full 360 barrel roll, lands onto the top of the safety barrier, facing backwards. He crosses the finish line in second, wall grinding. And I was going to get him into the feature event. Pretty great action there. We didn't see the crash there until they crossed the finish line. It's a great racing there. As now they're on track for some warm-up laps. And we're taking you side-by-side coverage here for the 10 minutes of this before we come back for the 45-lap feature event. So make sure you do not go away. We're right back after this for the feature event.
When I was 16 years old, I was working in a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with him one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that, I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference at the end of the night. Asphalt car, you can't overdrive them. Well, that was the first thing that I had to learn right off the bat is, oh my gosh, I've got to discipline myself, not overdrive this thing, and that's how you get the most out of it. Truth be told, communicating the right information to your crew and your crew chief so they can do their job and make their appropriate adjustments for you to go faster and do your job is probably 90% of the game in our world. I've always loved late models. You know, my dream was to be a late model driver driving for a living across the country like Daryl and Don do. Drive for me. I mean, that was, truth be told, that was my dream, you know. I always wanted a semi. I always wanted a stacker trailer with 2 hot rods in it, and let's go racing. Let's take off with your buddies and go race and chase that dream. Never in a million years did I think it would turn into a Cup Series, and I actually have an opportunity to own 2 dirt late model teams. When you think of iRacing, you don't think of a video game. It's not. It's way beyond any of that. You know, dirt racing changes so much. The track changes so much. Being able to capture that, to, you know, experience all those details that surround dirt racing what it is what makes iRacing so cool, because they did nail all of that. I knew when they came to our shop and scanned cars and went to the detail of getting that car right, I knew that it was going to be over the top, because it blew my mind just the work that went in to make sure the car itself was legit. This sport has been around a long time. The competition can't be replaced, and that's what brings people back to the racetrack week in and week out.
Mike live here to the Daytona International Speedway for race number 4 of the Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. As the field is girded up, we're ready to take you through the Smoky Schemes starting lineup here for tonight's action. Josh Robin on the pole, of course, at that time of 50.854. Ryan Kuhn is outside in that 72 machine in second. Then Nathan Lewis will run out in third. Logan Simmons, last guy to make it in from qualifying. He can roll off in fourth place. Then Kelly Dahl in fifth. Will Klein actually starting the sixth, but he's not in this race tonight. We got wrecked. He actually quit. So apparently it turns out he actually made the feature somehow, and he's not here to see it. So he's not going to start. David McAuliffe in the seventh. Jesse Baker is going to start in eighth, which will really be sixth. Cody Gray in ninth, and Chris Schooler your top 10. Zachary DeMarsh in 11th, and then Ty Dolman in 12th. Round 7 is Tyler Baker in 25, last week's winner from Talladega, and then Todd Pinto in 24. RJ Buchanan, I had to correct the time, my apologies. And then Freeman Kelly in the number 26, roll off in 16th. Running out row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight, Zach Leonard in the 85, with Teddy Reed in 31. Row number 10 is Bradley Wilson with Garrett Pick. Row 11, Vic Bloom and Nick Sullivan. Row 12, Everett Lane and Dustin Schwingle. Row number 13, Ray Zerkut. Right, and then Donald Stewart on his outside. Row 14, Matt Slater with Alexander Hendry. Row 15, Zach Johnson and Robbie Buckner. Row 16, Clayton Kurtz and Davey Lamont. Row 17, Andrew Cardinale IV and Justin Bullock. Row 18, William Kruska, Ronnie Outlaw. Row 19, Nathan Stewart and Brandon Thomas. Row 20, Neil Kyer and Brendan Elschloff. Row 21, I can't even do it because how many drivers are in this field. Green flag is back. Is out here for the feature event from the Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. Let's look at some of the guys that I missed. It was, I guess, pretty close, but a huge field here tonight for the feature event. So we have 32 trucks in this one. As I'm not sure that they go for the first time in the feature event, and this big field might result in some crashes we saw last week. Unfortunately, first half of the race, first 10 laps was so really clean and green and fun. And of course, the rest of the race was pretty much a crash fest. But hopefully, they learned their lesson and they're back here for tonight. And you're going to have a nice, fun, and clean, exciting race from Daytona under the lights. As Josh Robin is going to lead the first lap here from Daytona as they come across the start-finish line. Ryan Kuhn now, though, looking to try to go to the outside and get pushed by Logan Simmons to the race lead as they're fighting back pretty well on the outside. They're going to get a huge run right here off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. You see just a pack behind them, just a fantastic pack behind. You are right on board now with the 72 machine of Ryan Kuhn as he goes across the finish line. Not quite able to get the race lead away from Josh Robin, but still right there trying to find a way around him. He's pinching him down the racetrack, trying to side draft a little bit, and just hope he can get pushed enough from the 70 on Logan Simmons to go to the race lead. He's fighting back really well on the inside. It looks like he might be able to hold on to it for now. As Roman's neck to neck going into turn number 3. Right on board now with the 10 of Nick Sullivan. The roll bar camera. And then in the 25 Tyler Baker we have the gyro camera. To look at how much banking there is here at Daytona. Works that way up through the field of starting back. Always in the back of the pack. So far, we got 3 wide behind these guys, but so far, nothing has caused a crash yet, and we're still clean green, which is always nice to see. We're on lap number 5. Ryan Kuhn looks like he's finally gotten clear of Josh Robin. 4th race lead to jump down in front of him. Now Logan Simmons getting pushed there by Nick Sullivan on the outside. They're going to try and go to the race lead now. Still a nice pack here. 72, Ryan Kuhn actually decided to drop low and get out of the way, and I guess drop the back of his pack. As soon as he does that, then the crash happens, and it looks like he's actually going to get a tiny piece of it, maybe. And the first caution flag gun away. 99 gets a piece of it there late. The 28 goes for a spin. The 32 tore up there. And a lot of guys actually towards the back, kind of coming in there a little bit late. And it was as soon as Ryan Kuhn actually dropped to the back was when they started wrecking. And to look back at that now. And it just was really unfortunate the way it kind of all took place, because as soon as they started wrecking was when that happened. And it's just like as soon as he dropped at the back was when they ended up having that kind of all take place. And I couldn't really tell, honestly, what started all that. You see 72 dip below to get out of the way. The 73 shot is coming down 3 wide in the middle, 4 wide actually, I guess, but below the WO line. It looks like the 33 actually, that being the 33 machine of somebody. Unfortunately, can't really find him. The 28 of Alexander Hendry gets hooked. Justin Bullock, excuse me, was the one who did that. He bounces off the outside wall, comes back down the racetrack, tags the 33, and then they go for a spin to the outside wall. Then you see Mike Steiner get a piece of it. He goes down and hits the 32. That's what causes that to happen. And then somehow Tyler Baker, he ended up getting hit by it, hit the 88, and they both arrow, they hang onto it, even though they kind of hit each other after the fact. As you see the carnage going by on your screen right there. Let's take a look now on board with the 33, Justin Bullock. That's where that all started. We're on board with the 33. You see he's going down the back straightaway here. It's a huge run, and right now he needs to kind of lift out of the gas, but he just doesn't. He tries pushing 28. It's not enough. He gets hooked. Hooks him into the outside wall, then gets hooked in the outside wall. So he bounces off of it. And it's going to cause the first caution here tonight on lap number 5. We're on board now with, let's see what we can get here. Might start on the 42. And I get a couple pretty big hits there, and run on board with him. As he almost made it through. He was right behind Tyler Baker. He was able to make it through. So he just hit the back of him, then he gets turned sideways, and then finally gets hooked in the outside wall head on. Remember, one fast pair for these guys. I guarantee you a good half the field or more is going to have to use it right here. So we'll look now from the blimp camera at all of this. It's pretty much, yeah, that's all it takes right there. A lot of your field is involved. You guys had great misses right there as well, but we're going to go back live now. It looks like your race leader is Logan Simmons out in front of the field. Angie Cardinale in second. Neil Kerr in third. Zach Lindgren in fourth. Anthony Lewis finds your top 5. Looks like some guys are going to head down pit road. Looks like Zach Lindgren is going to head down onto pit road. And he just pitted, so feature event racing here from Talladega. Currently on lap number 8 of 45. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're right back after this for the final 30 laps here from the feature event at Daytona. We're live here at Daytona International Speedway. Then we're eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. It's about to get underway here for the very first restart from the feature event. Green flag is out, and we're underway now up in the double digits for the lap counter. The 22 AJ Cardinal gets a great restart on the outside, actually going to get the lead away from Logan Simmons, excuse me. Driver's on by straightaway here for the first lap since the restart. You see just the entire pack here working together. So now it looks like the 27 has actually gone to the race leader, Nathan Lewis. It's right through the middle goes Josh Robin. They say no time to get himself to the front. Actually looks like he's able to complete that move with no issues for the most part. Oh, well, never mind, no one's going to cause a crash. There they go. A 10 truck into the outside wall. And others. As, wow, the 78 goes upside down. The 73 launched him up into the catch fence. 33 involved in another crash. So they're pretty much taking on his race. The Stewart is wrecked down the apron. SuperTruck's trying not to get involved here. That was Josh Robin just, playing a little bit aggressive, trying to go through the middle there, 3 wide, and worked for a little while until something came up on him, I believe, or came down on them, I'm not quite sure. So I got pinched with to look back at that now. It's probably going to end some guys' night, actually. Look now from the chopper camera. You just see right here, he's 3 wide in the middle. The 10 actually comes down on him. There's a 10 just not quite clear. It comes down to him. Causes him to get knocked down into the 14 of Nathan Stewart. And Stewart then gets hooked across the racetrack as you would expect. And that just pretty much goes on from there. Nothing what these guys can do about it. They're just trying to avoid the crash, and unfortunately got involved. How about Baker with another amazing miss? Is barely clear to the 14 and managed to make it through that accident. So last week's winner definitely having some wreck avoidance. Doing a great job of wreck avoidance here tonight so far with these moves. I should have run on board with him here, as that was just fantastic to look at that. Or on with the gyro cam, because we have that on him. Or in his truck. You see he's following teammate Josh Robin through the middle. And you see the 33 kind of pinch him in a little bit, and then all of a sudden the 10 just comes down and actually down early there. So, fortunately, it's going to cause a crash. And you see Probably Baker just barely squeak around the 14. And make it through that accident and run on board now with the 8 of Josh Robin. So he's throwing in the middle, nothing to really do. The 10 just comes down on him and causes that crash to take place. And then, obviously, he's going to get tore up a lot out of that as the entire field comes by and hits him. And you see the 78 machine, they're flipping. With the ride of the 78 machine of RJ Buchanan went for. As he comes up through the crash, it's super fast. Isn't really, I mean, he kind of came up there really fast. Honestly, trying to get as many spots as possible potentially, or what. But that's what really caused me. I think honestly, if he just kind of backed off, he would have been good to go. But kind of came in there pretty hot, and it cost. He paid the price for it pretty much. Ended up flipping over and getting tore up. So now that puts Logan Simmons still in that race lead. Curry now still in second. Looks like now these guys are going to head down onto pit road for some fuel and whatnot. Some other guys, though, take the opportunity to stay out on the track and gain some track position. Looks like the 19 is going to get the race lead out of this now, that being David Lamont. Then you have, looks like Tyler Baker's going to be in second. Mike Slander actually looks like he is a lap down, so he was looking to try to get a wave around right there, but unfortunately for him, 25 and 19 are going to stay out, so it's not going to happen. We'll continue the pace here at Daytona. Should get the way to go signal next time by. I don't know if we're going to get it this time by, but we could. We're going to wait and see. There's our finish line. Looks like, actually, yeah, the pace car lights are out. We're going to go green next time by here. You're on lap 15 out of 45, so I'm going to go back green with just 30 laps to go. Remember, after the first 3 restarts, the rest of them are single file. This being the second restart, so we're going to have one more restart available for that will be a double file until we go down to single file restarts if we do get a restart. Of course, with the 19, David Lamont has elected to start up in the outside lane. Tyler Baker now on his inside. So these two guys lead the field to the green flag as they're kind of checking up a little bit. As they come off of turn number 4 and down through the short chute to get the green flag here once again from Daytona. Just 3 laps to go in the feature event. Green flag going to come back out as the 19 leads the field to that. And Tyler Baker, though, gets a better restart on the inside. The 94 right there behind. That being Robbie Buckner. Pushing the 25 Tyler Baker to the race leads. Tyler Baker, winning last week at Talladega, now goes to the race lead. Remember, what is? Oh, we got a caution flag already on the racetrack. With that for the 13 of Zachary DeMarsh and possibly others. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. We're going to take a look back at that. You see right here, he's on the outside of the 73. I was actually in front of him with the 61 there of Brendan Elshoff was the one who had the initial contact take place. You see right here, it's behind my Snyder in front of the 10. And then, that's it, kind of just checks up really fast. I'm not quite sure why, if he has some damage or what, but the 10 kind of just bummer hooks him. Then, as the 13 tries to check up for Ryan Kuhn, gets in the back of him, but then it's actually crashed through the 61 as well. So, that's going to bring out the third caution flag of the night here. And this will, of course, be the final restart now. That's double file. With the fact that it's a caution, we're also use this opportunity now to go into our commercial break, and we're right back after these ads, and come back for the final 25 laps here from Daytona. my lap here to Daytona as green flag is back out with just 25 laps to go, and already actually a single file restart, so I guess play off of my number. No, it's not. Okay, well, anyway, single file already getting really racy at the front of the field. Almost saw a crash right there. The 94, 25, and 85 all jambling and scrambling for positions. 19 now goes to the top side of the racetrack. Tyler Baker gets ditched by everybody in the front of this pack now. Restarting in the race lead. The question is, will these single file restarts help the amount of crashes we're seeing here? As you see, the 85 now and the 94 get clear. I'm going to drop down to the bottom side of the racetrack. The 37 now left to try to fight up there on the outside. There's 16 trucks now. Looks like on the lead lap. And someone actually really going very slow in the back straightaway for some reason. Or I guess no, it's actually 19. That was kind of glitched a little bit, but Roby Buckner currently held on to the race seat with the 37 right there. Vic Bloom looking to try to challenge him for that position as they go into turn number 1 here once again. Down the back straightaway now. And the question is, will this guy is learning to kind of ride it out? As you see, Tyler Baker now 3 wide in the middle back here. Looking to try to gain his spots back up. And started this restart in the race lead, the stint in the race lead, but then got shuffled back pretty much immediately and got pretty much ditched by everybody. Now he's going to try to fight his way back up and try to get himself back into a spot for the race lead as see currently 37 Vic Bloom and 94 of Robbie Buckner still battling for that lead. There's a drag race, and actually getting pushed there by Zach Linder and Logan Simons. As they come off of turn number 4 here once again. Complete that number 23, so getting almost down to 20 laps to go. And the 37 is going to leave that lap just barely over the 94. He got edged him out for that position. Sure, they go to 85 and they get pushed a little bit by the 19 into the 94. A little bit where they're going to cause a crash. But somehow they'll hand over. Now the 37 gets ditched. Vic Bloom is ditched there by Logan Simons and Tyler Baker as they go through the middle. He's going to fall to the back of this pack now. And it's getting really, really racy in this pack. You got to be pretty much careful to avoid causing another crash. We've already seen 3 of them, unfortunately, so far tonight. But it's been a pretty good run so far, and hopefully we can keep it that way here from Daytona as Tyler Baker pushed him, Logan Simons, to the race lead, at least trying to push him out to the race lead, as 94 Robbie Buckner tries to hold on to the lead as well. Getting pushed there by Zach Linder, and eventually they go. The 70 has about half a car length an advantage over the 94, as of now, but it's not quite clear. Looks like now he might just get clear, not quite. He's still in left for a corner panel of the 70 machine right there. As they come through turns number 3 and 4, once again off turn number 4 and down the front straightaway across the start-finish line. 20 laps to go now in the feature event here for the Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. As they're kind of dooring each other for position. They're kind of scrambling around a little bit, but so far so good in this run. Just side by side off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 70 once again has the advantage, getting pushed out of the corner and down the straightaway. Usually gives the outside lane that advantage because of the banking. They get a higher, they get more momentum coming off the corner compared to the inside. But then going through the corner, the inside is shortest way around the racetrack, so they then get the advantage. And it's pretty much pretty equalized, and it's pretty fun to watch, of course, as you see right now, just continuously staying double file as the 70 tries to edge him out the 94, though, gonna get that lap led. As the caution flag is out, Okay, that is out for the 24, as he has wrecked on the front straightaway, and is going to put us back to the caution flag, the fourth one of tonight. I'll take a look back and see what exactly caused that. You can see right here, he's 3 wide in the middle. And then he kind of gets clear. He's good to go. Oh, the 99 hit the outside wall, and the trial wall comes down and hits the 24 and the 37. 28 managed to sweep through the middle. The 37 actually managed to hang onto it. So great job by both of those guys. The French saved it. But unfortunately, 24 was not able to do that along with the 99. The French, kind of weird, honestly, the way that happened. You just see that 99 just drifted towards the end of the wall. That's what it took. And then he bounced off the wall down the racetrack into the 24 and 37. And 24 goes for about a 720 or a 1440 there or so. But that's going to bring out the fourth caution flag of the night. And quickly going to take a ride on board now with the 99. And that was a pretty weird crash, to say the least. Kelly Dahl just drifted up into the outside wall. So he was good to go, and then just, yeah, super ready. You can see him steer, so it wasn't like some majorly wrong happened. I'm not sure if he had an issue or what, but just unfortunately it's going to take out a couple of guys right there. But looks like some guys have put it behind the wall already, like Jason Nasworth, Ryan Kuhn, Kelly Dahl just put it behind the wall. Mike Sarah just put it behind the wall. So a couple guys already retiring from this race, unfortunately. But we're going to go back into a commercial break here and step away for just a few moments. But don't worry, we're right back.
Now. All clear. Punch it. Great job. You did really well.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
We're back live here to Daytona International Speedway as the guest checking out this grieving, and 14 laps to go as get set here for what might be the final restart of the feature event, but based off recent trends, that won't be the case. As Robbie Buckner currently holds on to the race lead, but Trevor fighting back to the inside already as they're 3 wide behind these guys for third, and looks like now it's going to be a fiddle back out to 2 wide. How a big number one last week at Talladega, if I can say it. And he's looking to try to go back-to-back here tonight after last week it was pretty much his entire team finishing top 5. In fact, it was his entire team of TCB Motorsports finishing top 5. And now Josh Robbins, the only guy I believe in this race with him here, as Will Klein left after his heat race. And then Aaron Smith is in here tonight. And I know there's somebody else a part of that. Unfortunately, I forgot who that was. Meanwhile, now they're going to be 3 wide for that 3rd spot once again as Baker kind of gets forced on the line. He's going to go now in front of his teammate, though, Josh Robin, as they come off of turn number 2. And that number 94 of Robbie Buckner holds on to the race lead. They pushed by Zach Lynn. Those 2 guys have been working together pretty much all night long. Right there behind me, Dustin Stringle. On the outside, there is Josh Robin, Tyler Baker, Logan Simmons. Everybody working together on the outside. Andrew Cardinal right there also not far behind. So let's go off turn number 4, complete lap number 33. You get just 12 laps to go from Daytona. When do you make the move? When does the aggression really start to pick up here? And do we see another crash? And do we see it ended under caution, under the green flag? Last week it ended under the caution flag. Let's wait and see what exactly happens here tonight at Daytona under the lights. We're on board now with the driver of number 25, Cam. Tyler Baker pushing the number 70 Logan Simmons. Trying to push him out to the race lead as best as possible here as they go into turn number 3 in the banking to see how much there is. It's so crazy to look at. Come across the start-finish line, complete lap number 34. Take off another one as we just continue to get down into the thick of things here for the end of this race. The final stages of this race is go home, go home, and we're trying to do everything they can. But of course, we want to try to keep this green to the end. As you see, the 70 really trying to side draft right there. Things get a little bit shaky at this battle for the lead, but so far still good this time by. There's going to be 10 laps to go for Daytona, just 25 more miles. As you see, just the 70 and the 25 really pinching the inside lane, which is obviously great for them. That's what they need to do to try to keep that side, trying to get to the race lead. But all it takes is a guy on the inside to hold the line well enough or hit the apron or something that's going to cause everybody to wreck. And obviously, you have to be that aggressive with just 10 laps to go. It's what you have to do. Side drafting, it's not really that aggressive anyway. It's kind of just something you usually do. But obviously, sometimes it doesn't go so well in the in races, and it all depends who's on the inside really and who's able to side draft and how well they're doing it. And Josh Robbins now gone to the rear bumper of his teammate Tyler Baker, but Tyler Baker pushing Logan Simmons as hard as he can. Actually, almost pushed him out of line right there. The inside led Zach Lindgren got to the 94 a little bit, and that caused him to check up, and now the 79 Logan drops down to the inside in front of those guys. Now that lets the 25 and the 8 hook up together as teammates to try and get themselves 1-2 at the front now. As you see, contact there, they're going to get wrecked as the 25 manages to hang onto it again, with the 70 of Logan Simmons spins down the racetrack onto pit road. No caution flag has come out, and we'll take an instant replay look at that. As they're coming off of turn number 4, the 94 is right there behind him, just gets into the back of him and hooks him up the racetrack as he kind of went down the racetrack, up into the 95 and the 8 of Josh Robin, and somehow neither one of them actually crashed. And then somehow Andrew Simmons actually kept it off the inside wall to save it. So some great driving there out of pretty much everybody, at least after the contact happened. The crash unfortunately happened, but the 78 was hanging on with it. The 25 and the 8 got pretty much hit right there, and I thought for sure everybody's going to get wrecked, and it was just a one-truck incident as far as who spun out. Obviously, about 4 trucks involved in total, but you know, come across the finish line, get just 8 laps to go. Josh Robin and Tyler Baker now 1-2 on the inside. Teammates working together. Tyler Baker won last week, and I'm sure Josh Robin definitely going to be very happy about finishing in second, and definitely not very content with finishing in second, as of course he wants to go for this race lead and race win as much as everybody else in this field does. So 94 now, Robbie Buckner up on the outside, and he pushed by Zach Linder once again. They were working together pretty much all the race long. And 94 looks like he may have gotten clear of the inside, not quite. He's going to have to stick up on the outside for now with his probably teammate there, I'm guessing. At least they've been working together all race long, so it would not surprise me in the least if they were teammates. Let's go off turn number 4 on that through the front straightaway. Just 7 laps to go. 94 now gets clear, but does he drop down in front of 25 by himself, or does he run the 85 with him, or does he stay up there until he gets clear with him? And I think that's probably what's going to happen here. Robbie Buckner are going to stay up there with him until he gets clear with the 85, because he doesn't want to ditch out his teammate. So they're still side by side down the back straightaway. Looks like we got the 7 trying to go through wide through the middle now and fight his way up. He looks like he's actually going to probably work. So 94 now, he has to first jump down in front of the 7 if he wants to hold any chance to get in the race lead. As we're going to come to 6 laps to go this time by, he finally does go down in front of the 7 machine. And now, top 2 single file on the inside, Tyler Baker and Josh Robin, with the 12 right there behind as well. 94 Robbie Buckner, they're going to get another run on the outside and try to make another run out of here. Still not over yet. Actually, I do that. They're side by side off of turn number 4. Turn number 2 back straight away. The drag race between the 94 and the 25. Now the 94 is not with his teammate there, the 85. If he does get clear, probably watch him jump down in front of Tyler Baker, which right now he's clear, going to drop down in front of that PPG paints Chevrolet the Silverado, but there's a big gap between the two of them. It was going to allow the 25 to get a huge run, but the question is, what does he do with it? The 94 is actually going to try to block the 7. Now he's going to get attacked for both guys. They're going to get split through out of the middle. 5 laps to go from Daytona. Caution flag comes out now. It'll end the race, as now the 25 going to go jump to the outside. Actually gets taken 3 wide now as the 94 takes him 3 wide. Not quite sure why he really made that move. It was kind of interesting. Not sure if he's trying to get the win to his teammate Josh Robin after he won last week or what, but pretty much just gave all his spots away as he had the race lead pretty much secured. So now Josh Robin moves into the race lead with Robbie Buckner trying to take it back away from him though, and not let him have it for very long. Tucker's going to make sure that the 85 still pushing that 94 and really aggressively. It allows 94 to get clear of Josh Robin on the inside. Going to get the inside momentum now as the 8 pushes him through turn number 3. Now, Josh Robin trying to go in front of the 85. Some blocking going on and great racing up here for the race lead as we're continuing to tick these laps off. Robin's still right there behind Robbie Buckner, and he's just looking to try to find a way around him right now. Get in front of the 85, or just trying to take a 3 wide or something. As you see, the 61 and 73 now going lap down over the outside lane. So still side by side for the race lead, and the 8 just feels trapped right now. He obviously wants to push the 94, which is why he's pushing him so aggressively. He wants to get clear of the 85 and try to make a run, which he might be able to do right here as he does get clear of Zach Lindgren. Does he go to the outside yet, or does he try to fake his 94 and then jump back down low? Looks like he's actually going to jump to the outside as we get 3 laps to go from Daytona. Josh Robin, I'm going to try and get around Robbie Buckner as the 10, however, of Nick Solomon going to get on the rear bumper now of Robbie and try to push him to the, or try to keep him in the race lead at least. As then you get the 12 up here as well, Aaron Kruska, get the 19, that Davey Lamont, Andrew Carter now on this inside lane with the 7 right there of Dustin Swingle. And last week's winner, they're going to crash. The 94 gets hooked. And who's going to be able to hang on to it and win? The 85 continues to spin. And it looks like the 22 of Andrew Cardinale may have gotten the race win. I'm not quite sure if the 85 of Zach Lindgren was put to the back because of the fact he spun sideways or not. We're going to have to wait and see what Iverson scores them in. But I do believe he is the race winner here tonight after getting caught him that late. Andrew Cardinale with the 7 right there behind, kind of waiting up for, I believe. So I do believe this will give the win now to the 85, but unfortunately ends under the caution flag the second week in a row. I'd rather wait and see as the 85 will he pass these 2 guys or will he stay behind him. Looks like they're waiting up for him, so I do believe Zach Lindgren will look at the win as long as he can pretty much keep his engine intact and not blow up here. But pretty much just got to wait and see here. He's coming around. And I believe most likely will pass these 2 guys ahead of him. As he was in front of the caution flag, came out, then he got tagged, hit the outside wall. They kept the truck straight, which I'm pretty sure is the important factor of that, as to whether or not Iverson puts you to the back or not. Oh, but his engine just blew! His engine just let go, and that's going to cost him, and now he's not going to be able to get the race win. Zach Lindgren had it. He was getting back around to the race, the lead, and then his engine just blew up. So now the 73 is going to try to give him a push, but I'm not sure A, if that's legal, and B, if he can push him all the way around to the race lead. So that is really, really unfortunate for Zach Lindgren right there. But take a look back and see what exactly caused that crash. As look like now on the LCD replay, you see he's getting put. Oh, the 94 of Robbie Buckner just came up into the 8 of Josh Robin, just was not clear. Actually, looked like a bit of contact, excuse me, as well. Then you see the 85 actually make it through the middle right there, all good until he hits the back of the 94. Then the 12 gets a piece of the 19. The 94 gets hooked around into the wall. The 22 to the 12. Then you see the damage right here that leads to 85 having his engine blow up as he hits the outside wall. And then it spins into it again. Nose first. Then actually gets hit by the 28 late. And then blowing his engine up as well. So pretty chaotic crash as we run on board now with the driver of the 85. Looks like it was going to be his win. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to be. He gets taken out in that one. And he had the race lead, and then he's coming right back around to get it before he unfortunately had his engine let go. So look back at things now. And Jakarta now is shown in the race lead as we get to the white flag. Looks like Zach, unfortunately, is not going to make it around after his engine expired. And so that is going to end the race. It comes off turn number 4. Jakarta now going to get the victory here tonight. Under the caution flag, but victory nevertheless. Comes around, and Jakarta now the 4th, going to win here in his own league for race number 4 from Daytona. Then you have the number 7 truck right there of Dustin Schwingle finishing off in 2nd, Josh Robin in 3rd. See if we kind of give him the congratulations right there. Quickly before we get into New Zealand, we'll work things a little bit backwards with waiting. Look at the results here tonight from Daytona. Andrew Cardinale, the 4th, gets the victory here tonight. Dustin Schwingle in 2nd, Josh Robin in 3rd, Tyler Baker in 4th, when Cruisco finishes it off in 5th. 6th place, David Lamont. 7th place, Chris Schooler. 8th place, Rory Buckner. 9th place, Neil Kyer. 10th place, Chris Knies. Finishing off in 11th place here tonight, last trick on the lap, Brendan Elshoff in the 61 and finishes 11th. One lap down, Nick Solomon in the 10 and 12th, Logan Simmons 13th. 14th, Zach Linderneff, unfortunately, he was going to have to win until his engine expired on 2 to go under caution from the damage from that crash. And unfortunately for him, he's going to finish it off in 14th instead of 1st. Zachary DeMarsh finishes it in 15th. 16th, Alexander Hendry. Then 73 finishes it off in 17th. Vic Bloom in 18th. Todd Pinto in 19th. And Kelly Dahl in the number 99th, finishing off in 20th. 21st, Lieutenant Ryan Kuhn. 22nd, Mike Snyder. 23rd, Nathan Stewart. 24th, Jason Nasworth. 25th, RJ Buchanan. 26th, Freeman Kelly. 27th, Justin Bullock. 28th, Nathan Lewis. 29th, Everett Lane. And 30th place tonight is Donald Stewart. 31st is Clayton Kurtz. And then 32nd, Garrett Pick, not turning a lap here tonight in this one. As 22 machine going to burn him down on the front stretch. The winning race number 4 here of the Unreal eSports SuperTruck Cup Series. We're going to see if we can get awarded in with the driver of the 22. And got a copy.
Sure do, Lucas. What's up?
So, Andrew, we saw a pretty chaotic filled race. We saw a couple of long group runs there, but unfortunately, we saw the caution flag fly more than the green flag. About 5 cautions here tonight, but still a great race overall. We saw a lot of good 2 and 3 wide racing, and ended up coming out with you on top after. It looked like the 85 had the win. Unfortunately, his engine expired under that final caution. You'll able to take advantage of that, and after we wraps here tonight, take the victory. Just walk us through that whole race and that crash there on 3 laps ago.
Oh man, I thought I was out of it a million times. From the heat, coming in. First of all, I just coming in tied for the points lead with 2 guys behind us, just 2 points back, was kind of incredible. Unfortunately, Zach got taken out in the heat, but Kelly and I made it through, so that was pretty cool. RJ made it through, although with some controversy. But I mean, most of the lead battle for the points made it in, and I really wish RJ and Kelly could have made it in, because I mean, that's stepdad and stepson. I know that isn't really put on the broadcast, but hey, there it is. I mean, those two, they're obviously really close. But as far as the actual race, man, the heat race was just tense. Somehow we made it through. It's number 22, and I don't know. I just kind of hung on for dear life, and I don't know how much you talk about on the broadcast there, Lucas, but being the one who sets all this up and kind of runs the show as the admin, with everything going on, the win was never really on my mind. I was kind of just trying to survive and make sure the race went somewhat smoothly. And I mean, we had Mike Snyder in here. We had a bunch of guys from a bunch of different leagues that are quite popular, so that was really cool to have a bunch of big iRacing names in here anyway. So it just, until it happened, I wasn't even thinking about it. And then with Zach there, the 85, I mean, shoot, he and I are roommates. He's 20 feet away from me, and I guarantee you he is not happy about the way that one went down. But I really wish he could have got that, because it would have been cool for he and I to be 1-2. But I mean, he was there, just unfortunately, with the way the wreck happened, and it took him out. But shoot, that's not the first time I've had one kind of given to me out of turn 2 at Daytona. And hopefully it's not the last. But I mean, shoot, it's all a matter of just positioning the car in the right place, and I'm sure that's apparent. But that was a hell of a race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know how that feels being the go myself, being pulled in like 20 different directions while you're trying to drive a car or a truck. And, when you do well, it seems incredible to you because of how much you've been going through this entire race trying to admin and help people with current black flags and whatnot. And of course, it seemed like you kind of started towards the back of the race. You started in 21st out of the 32 or so trucks that started this event. You only led 3 laps, and I believe all those were actually the final 3 laps. So just walk us through the whole race, starting in the back with that one fastest pair, with the big crashes we saw throughout this race, and then able to make it through all those and get towards the front and avoid that final crash.
Yeah, with so much going on. I mean, I race control our Thursday division with the Pro Dirt Lates, and getting to be able to race with the gentleman's rule in effect. I don't know how much that's covered either, but so much is always happening. But it gives me a chance to hold a steering wheel and press some pedals, so it's just fun regardless. I'm kind of forgetting the question, but I don't know. So many different thoughts. I know you mentioned just having to deal with admin duties during the race, and that's definitely tough. But I mean, I welcome the challenge. I'm probably one of the most calm people through that entire race somehow, and I mean, even now, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't win league races very often. I think this is my first one since Hardline in probably 2017. Richmond, or not Richmond, Rockingham. It's one of those 2 R tracks. But I mean, it's all kind of, I don't know. It's just been a swirl. It's been a swirl.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you have some shout-outs to Nickies you'd like to give here after your win.
Yeah, of course, like I said, Zach Lindgren, I wish he and I could have been 1-2 out of that, but racing is as racing does. Mike Snyder, just for coming out. I mean, granted, he got in a couple incidents and got stuck a few laps down and left, but the real drivers at least do mix it up with us fans, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, everyone who came out and made this league race what it is tonight, and everyone who actually does what they can to support the league. Of course, you yourself are getting out here and covering this. I know you cover your own race a little while earlier and then come in and do this. It's pretty remarkable. I've been there and done that, so I know it's tough, and definitely got to thank Brendan Elshoff for being a really good teammate. Kelly Dahl as well. Of course, Unreal Esports. Check us out on Facebook. Unreal Esports Media Team Unreal. Shoot, I get this, and man, Super Bowl Sunday, Patriots fan. I don't know. I don't know. There might be something to it. It's either a jinx or it's an omen, right? So, anyways, that'll be fun. But yeah, no, just again, thank everybody who actually makes this happen, and everybody for watching. Everybody, just everybody, man.
Absolutely, and I'm sure once the set's in, you get a little bit more excited, you can go celebrate later tonight. But again, congratulations on your win here, Andrew, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Shoot, my celebration will be getting to bed here in a bit for work in the morning.
Alrighty, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Alright, that was a race winner here tonight, Andrew Cardinale in the number 22 machine, put it on top of the charts, and I do not believe, unfortunately, we have either our second or third place finishers here tonight, and we do not, so we'll get an interview with your race winner. But nevertheless, we appreciate everybody watching here tonight. As everybody is Alright, so Josh Robin, I guess, does not have Discord, unfortunately, but nevertheless, we appreciate everybody watching here tonight. Make sure you check us out Monday night, Fast Motorsports Cup Series from Atlanta Motor Speedway, as we go to that 1.5 mile slick and fast and obviously very fun racetrack. One of my personal favorites to race at and broadcast as well. And then, back Friday night, the RCN Series. And also, I want to give you a quick update. The VSR Stock Car Championship has actually now been renamed to the Lightning Cup Series Championship, or Lightning Cup Series. And then they've actually, unfortunately, of course, gone over to MaxB TV, but obviously, welcome MaxB TV as I work for them, and we're kind of partnered, so make sure you check them out on Tuesday night on MaxB TV. And then, Friday night, RCN Series. Next week, we do have an off week for this series, as it is the iRacing Bathurst 12 hours, so we have an off week next week, and then after that, I believe we head to the Monza Oval, so that is one of the most dangerous tracks, most exciting tracks for sure, and we're going to see how that goes, if it's a wreck fest or an absolutely chaotic and exciting race, like we want to see. But nevertheless, appreciate everybody watching here tonight. iRacing season finale next week, actually, and anyway, this is OCTV. Have a good night.